Bigger Shaggy here, right here, Shaggy. Welcome to more GTA 5 competitive racing. This is part of the same playlist that I had a battle against a Superman. So I believe this is Pig Grand Prix, second to last race, and this is going to be 4 POVs. We've got a new record of 4 POVs, but the 4th POV will be Picano. We're coming into about 7 minutes into this video because he decided to record late, whereas these two guys, Ichia and Rohan, in the top right corner, recorded right from the start. So from now on, everybody's going to be recording from the start. So anyway, we've got Picano with me here today as a dual commentary because it's a 12-minute long video, and I can't talk throughout this entire thing without dying for water. So introduce yourself, bruv. Okay.
Alright, so guys, I'm here helping this guy along.
What an introduction. So that's Picano right there, the blue car who's talking right now. You guys know Picano, the guy that gets beaten up a lot in racing. He's the most unfortunate guy. He ends up in all collisions. He ends up in all light bulbs, graves. He ends up in the biggest shit holes you'd ever find out, and he still ends up looking so polished off. So why does this happen to you, man?
Oh, it's just bad luck, mate.
No, I personally feel you get yourself into these situations and you can't anticipate situations. So why doesn't it happen to me but happens to you? Oh really? Really? See, here's the problem. I feel like you put yourself in situations for that to happen. Really? Look at that Rohan choking there. All right. So when I race, all right, I know it's a situational awareness. You get me? So you see, here's the thing, right? When I notice you race, right, you like to dive into situations, and then the next thing you know, you end up crashing and choking. And what happens after, bruv? Someone kills you. Do you agree?
No.
What, okay, so what's your argument against that?
It's just people around you, you know. If you're not in here's the thing. If you're not in a good lobby, a lot of bad stuff can happen to you. Now, even if you are in a good lobby with a good amount of players, bullshit can still happen, such as light bulbs and things, which we've witnessed on your top 5 epic moments, where a bulb took out 2 players with a simple ping on the floor. See, exactly. Now that's just bad luck, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's just stuff like that happens.
Well, you know, I just feel like it happens way too many times against you. You know what I mean? But that's just you. You are the blue car after all. You know, I'm sitting there and you're sitting there not pressing record all this time. I'm having to actually record the POV. You're currently in 2nd position, right behind Ichia. I'm 3rd, and Rohan's in 4th. Now, this is also about because this happened throughout the entire race, right? And it's 12 minutes long, and it's Pig Grand Prix, one of the longest tracks. So I think current record set by Cyrus, 2:22.
Yeah, pretty fast lap.
Quick lap. It's like a quick race. And on that topic, right, there is a lot of players that want to join our crew and want to race with us. What is it they have to do to race with us? You got to explain that.
First thing, obviously, you've got to respect other people in the same lobby. You know, you can't just be taking out people. You've got to actually flow with the pack and not go in the opposite direction like a knobhead. Secondly, obviously you've got to have some sort of pace, but pace is not obviously ideal. You know, you can still be a good racer without, you know, being, say, the top 5 in the crew that's actually got decent pace. As long as you're consistent and you actually respect other players, and if you take out someone which was entirely your fault, then you've got to wait, and if you do that, then you're classed as a decent player, and that's when you can come and join. Of
course, racecraft, you know, that's not people don't have an understanding of situational lines, because some people, even to this day, you know, perfect example, and pick names here real quick, Rohan, for example, on his mind, he's only got optimal lines, and optimal lines are great, but if you're in a situation, there's multiple cars around your car, you know, this kid tends to panic, because in those situations, if you only have optimal lines in your head, you're not going to do well. You'll quite often end up colliding with someone in front, or just end up taking someone out. Because if you don't see other situational lines, well, what I mean by situational lines is when, let's say, you know, this is what I mean by when someone follows someone else's line. You can't follow other people's lines. You have to really adapt to. So let's say someone's approaching the corner at a tight angle and is going wide to in, right? You got to go wider. Some people just want to stick behind someone, and that's not the way to go about it. Even some of the quickest races out there still lack the knowledge. But, you know, this is where it comes to adaptation and really getting used to the environment around you. Situational awareness is what I'm talking about. But racecraft is key. That's to do with racecraft. That's to do with adapting situation, changing up your pace. You got to really know how to throttle control around the corner. So, like I said, man, we're trying to look. we're looking for good players out there. We've already got about 20 to 30 players within the crew at the moment who have decent amount of racecraft and pace and consistency to race amongst this crew. But obviously, it would be nice to get everyone online at the same time to do a 30-man endurance race or whatever. But yeah, you want to explain a little bit about throttle control, because that's important, man. That's one thing a lot of people seem to not understand.
Yeah, so it's a big case now, controlling your car via the throttle. Obviously, some people just think it's an on-off switch, so you're either letting it off or you're actually fully committed to the trigger. It's not the case. You've got to in some corners, some hills, going down hills, you've got to actually half throttle it just to keep your car in the sort of momentum and keep it going in a straight line. Because if you just max your car out round a corner, then you're just going to spin out. It's just typical. The only thing you don't need throttle control the most is things like all-wheel drive cars such as the Zentorno, because it's got so much traction anyway, where you don't really need to feather the throttle. You still need to, but not as much as say a Turismo, where you've got to be on the ball with the throttle, because if you just max it out through a corner, you're gonna spin off on the track. So that's the I mean, it's an important thing regardless of any car anyway, and
that is one of the keys to actually attack someone, keep the pressure up. I mean, you would always want to be on par with these players. Obviously now, lot of us, back when we first started, a lot of us weren't on each other's level, but now the skill gap's gone so minimal. It's like everybody pretty much on a good day, if everyone's doing well, it's going to be so tense, it's going to be so tight, where it's all about racecraft and really keeping up the pressure and who can handle that pressure. Now, for example, in the situation you saw Picano follow Rohan's line, they both did exactly a synchronized mistake there. And that is one thing I always say, like, don't always follow someone else's line. You always got to pay attention to your line to see how you would carry more speed than the person in front to go for and prepare yourself for an overtake. So Uchiha there made another mistake. He could not keep his composure from pole position. Now the position you see have changed. So Picano's fourth, Uchiha's third, I'm second, and Rohan's first. And when Rohan gets in the lead, it gets extremely difficult to keep up with this kid, because this kid is quick. But it's always good to apply that pressure, man. Pressure is what made this guy made a mistake later on in this video. So now we've got Picano coming in. He's in. Comes out of pit stop out of nowhere. So this guy,
cheers, mate.
So this guy. So now this is awesome. This POV looks nice. All 4 POVs right now. Remember, it's all consistent stuff for the entire time. Hardly mistakes were made. But eventually, you see, as the race goes on, as it gets dragged on more and more energy is required, more concentration is required. And that is where the biggest test comes into play. And you'll see that between these players, who loses out on that concentration first, who keeps it going, blah, blah, blah. And that's the beauty of GTA 5 racing, man.
Yep. And obviously we've got, some beautiful colours in here. We've got the red, we've got the orange, we've got the blue. We got Rohan, yeah. So we nearly had beautiful colours anyway.
Yeah, this guy comes out with some dull, depressing brown piece of shit. Now, here's the thing, right? Now, a lot of people criticize GTA 5 racing, but honestly, setting aside ignorance, right, and really seeing it from this point of view, we see people with similar skill level, people, the same mindset, the same respect for the players, same approach. You're gonna get a different point of view of GTA. A lot of people think GTA is just, about killing players and shaking each other or looking at tits and strip clubs, but honestly it comes down to what you enjoy from a game. There's so much available from this game. You could do whatever. You can have golfing competitively. I don't know, some people would do that. I don't give a shit. I'll respect if you do that. But if you got the same mindset for golfing competitive, you do it at GTA 5. But if we got racing on the other hand, this is awesome, by the way. This is some insane stuff. Grabbing inside, both oversteering there, but then Picano grabs
switch.
Yep, all positions switched there. Picano grabs the third spot. We are literally bumper to bumper at this point. All 4 of us so close to each other. Let's say the fourth position, the first position is about 1.5 second difference right now at this point. So insane stuff. I've never seen 4 cars do consistently well with each other until this video here and this race. So this is the same playlist, like I said. And oh wait, I'm grabbing inside.
The right overtake that.
Yep. That's the thing. You see, I didn't plan that overtake. I mean, yeah, I initially had that, but I forgot to get the braking points, which allowed him to overtake easily, to counter move that. It's just one of the attempts. Rohan played that really well. I made a huge mistake there, but I still managed to keep the second position through that mistake, fortunately. And you see Pecan is right on my arse and Yuchi is right behind him. You know, so this is the final lap. Let's talk this through it real quick as to what happens, man. So we got a Pig GP, the first corner, right? We've got split lanes. What line would you take?
Well, the best line obviously to take is the inside, especially on this type of corner. I mean, I think it's the most beneficial for it, because you line up for the next corner, which is this one we're approaching now.
Yep.
For it, so definitely on the inside on that one.
But you see the way Yuchi showed a perfect example, not to take the outside. He takes the outside, completely split up the group, and he just literally crashed on the apex of the outside line. And if you do take the outside, you'll end up going wide, ending up in a tighter angle for the consecutive corners. You always want to prepare yourself for the next corner ahead. You're going to make the right balance of sacrificing speed for one over another to see which one's most beneficial. So currently Yuchi is 5th. There's a 4th car in front of him. So the top left screen is me, by the way. Top right is Rohan. Bottom right is Pecan. And bottom left is Yuchi, just in case you guys don't know. So I'm still 2nd. Last lap, we're approaching the final few corners. Pecan is right on me arse, but he did clip a little sign there, which made him lose a little bit of speed. Yuchi is 4th, still 5th. And
this is where it gets technical.
It gets interesting.
These last few corners are a bit tricky. Rohan goes wide, clips the thing. Woo! I go into him. He goes into space. Luckily, he turns it round and catches right onto the Packers again. But these last few corners are really where you need your throttle for it. Because you're just gonna spin out. And as you can see, Shaggy's doing well. He's keeping the pace up well. I'm kind of struggling to get past for it. I think he's actually pulling away at this on this straight.
Yeah, I just feel like that particular section in the final bit is all about maximizing throttle control to carry the ultimate speed. You went slightly wide there, and then you enter this corner tight, so you exit it wide. So hit the little.
So here's the thing: if you mess up a corner, here's the thing: I messed up on that corner. I went into the pavement or into the barrier, and because of that, I messed up the next corner for it because it completely ruins the flow. Yeah.
That's where I feel if that happens, you can still recover if you get your throttle control right and really. The breaking point needs to be different. That's called adapting to the situation. That's what I was talking about earlier, and not just sticking to optimal lines, but really adapting to a situation to protect your position. So it turns out, from what you noticed from the beginning of the race to the end, the positions completely changed from how it was before. I was 4th initially. Picana was 5th. I think you were quite way back.
I was some way behind, but then I managed to keep it up. But it completely switched anyway.
So this is pretty much the beauty of GTA 5 racing. And like we said, man, we want to see more players get involved, and we are willing to help people. That is, if you are willing to respect us in doing so. So, as if let's say you're getting lapped, which most people do end up getting lapped in races. We would appreciate you moving out the way, but still we wanted to learn through our races within our lobbies. But if there's people messing about, that's pointless. We'll end up banning people. But this is what is fun. This is what we enjoy the most out of racing. It does take up a lot of energy. We do end up getting exhausted. One playlist lasts for about 3 to 4 hours. So that's only about 8-9 tracks, 5 laps each. So it really does test a lot. I feel like this is more of a thing that drains you out more than from whenever those days I was playing Call of Duty competitively. So racing's fun. That's definitely fun, and GTA is definitely viable. So yeah, let me know, guys, if you want to see more and more of Picana. Check out his channel, link in the description. It's got some footage of him choking all the time. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys soon. Check your son. Not gonna peace. Yay!
Faggot.
Hey guys, you here, right here, Gino. Welcome to Top 5 Funny Racing Moments. So Picana gets taken out. Remember, all of this is set under competitive racing environment, and so it recovers. People let him through. Next thing you know.